social dolls. Here we are today. We're supposed to build a mini castle for a wedding, but this lot is a 50 by 40, which is too small for me. Even 64 by 64 is small for me to build a castle. I don't know how to build small ones, so I'm gonna opt for a chapel. Of course, it's a non-religious chapel. It's just an old building in form of a chapel where your Sims can host events like weddings, anniversaries, parties, or maybe just use it as a park since it's gonna have a park. And I'm gonna make a version for the challenge. I'm gonna make a basic version. I have probably white, and I'm also gonna make a lesbian and gay version. I still don't have a precise idea how I'm gonna build it because I've never built a wedding venue. In The Sims, I would usually download them from the gallery and then just redecorate. And this is the first one that I'm gonna build from scratch, so please be patient and understanding. I hope it looks nice when I'm done with it. So let's start building. See you at the end. Okay, so this is the finished build. I made 3 versions of a chapel. As a, let's just make it clear, this is not a religious build. It's just fit for a challenge. I had to build a wedding venue, and I like the lot. I can build a small castle. For me, it's impossible to do it. I can barely do it on a 64 by 64, but let alone on 50 by 40. So I opted for a chapel because that's the only small thing I can build. And I made like if you basic white version, and then basic white and green for my challenge. And then I decided to make a lesbian, since I'm a lesbian version and a gay version, which are color coded with the colors of the pride flag. And for the showcase of the build, I chose to do the lesbian version. So let's go inside. Okay, so now we are down in the basement. As you can see here, we have like this is the room preparation for the second bride and her bridesmaids, or the second groom and his groomsmen, or just the groomsman and the groom. It depends which version you're using. But this is a lesbian one, so this is the second bride's room preparation. We have a couch and also a massage table because weddings are stressing and I want them to be kind of get a full makeover, relax. I want the wedding to go well. Here is a makeup and hair station, the clothes where she can see how she looks, what she's getting ready. Now we're gonna go to see the rest of the basement. As you can see, most of the basement is just everything you need to prepare the wedding venue. For example, here we have candle making station, spices, pottery that can serve as decor for the wedding, flower arranging table, like everything these people who work at the chapel need for preparing a wedding or any other celebration you want to use this chapel for. You can even use it just as a park. Here is the small seating area with a bar for the groomsmen and the groom, or the bridesmaid and her bridesmaids. Here is the administration office. Like here they list the weddings, prepare everything as they negotiated with the couple and their wedding preparators. Here is a bathroom for the guests and everyone who comes to the wedding. Here we have a small kitchen area. Not so small maybe, but I think it looks really nice with this kind of flowery room dividers. Here's the chef station. And here is the rest of the kitchen. I chose these fridges from Life and Death because they're the fanciest we've got. Okay, so now we're gonna go upstairs to see the rest of the chapel. Okay, so here we are at the entry of the chapel. You can see how everything is decorated. Here you can read more about the chapel's history, which was inaugurated by a famous lesbian activist from Windenburg. We're gonna go down the wedding aisle. And here is the wedding arch and the seats where the couple exchanges vows. And behind, as you can see, we have these speech stations for people who want to give speech at the wedding. Now we're gonna go on the second floor. Oops, sorry. Here we have some kind of a library because this is an event space, but it can be used in any way you wish to use it. So it has libraries for people who work there or people who visit, etc. We also have an aquarium right next to it. This is a photo space, but like for the preparation instance, like right before the wedding, where the bridesmaids, the bride kind of take pictures before the wedding. And also we have this back area where the couple kind of works with the people who work in this chapel to organize the wedding. Like here's where they all get seated and talk about the wedding. Here is a small bar, and here behind you have another bathroom. Let's go upstairs. Okay, so as the bridesmaid in the basement, well, we have again massage tables, but also in here mani and pedi, so the bride can get ready. It's supposed to be kind of a soothing space because everyone is stressed before their wedding, so that way they can chill. I added a hot tub because like this is not a religious chapel. This is literally an event venue, mostly for weddings. So that's why I added like this is where the first bride is getting ready. And since this space was empty, I was like, why not put a hot tub? And again, we have the makeup and hair station. Oops. Here the bride and the bridesmaids talk, prepare themselves for the wedding. Here you can see clothes, gifts they exchange. And I decided to give the bride a throne because she's the queen of the day. And here at the very end, we have a vanity table for the bride, so she can check how she looks right before the wedding. And this is it for the interior of the chapel. Now we're gonna go downstairs. And as I said, this is a wedding venue mostly, but you can also use it as a random park with a chapel. You can use it really the way you want. Like if you want it to be a park, just delete the wedding preparation tables outside and just add benches or decorate it how you want. Here outside is the small park with a fountain and several seating benches. Here's the dance floor. And I also added fireworks for the after, because this space is for the after party, like after the wedding. We have a piano next to the dance floor, but we also have a DJ booth depending on what kind of music you want for your wedding, anniversary, or birthday, whatever you want to celebrate here. And here at the back is a small bar. And we have these fancy drink stations. Here is the seating area for the guests. We have champagne and place for food. You can add whatever you want for food. Here is where the brides and the grooms or whoever you're marrying are seated. Here is the wedding cake. And here I added a speaking area, like inside the chapel, for people who want to give a toast after the wedding, say some jokes, or just wish the couple nice marriage or whatever. Or I don't know if it's a birthday you're celebrating, like great years ahead, whatever you want to do with it. And outside we have a second photo space for after the wedding. And of course, everything is being recorded, so you can rewatch your event at home. Now, when you're done with the wedding, you go through this part of the park. Okay, so this is the end of the video. I hope this chapel, whichever version you use, can like be useful to you for your events. Thanks for watching the video, and I hope you like it, since this is my very first wedding venue. I usually download them from gallery and maybe redecorate, but this is very first I built from scratch. So I hope you like it. This was supposed to be a small chateau, but for me it's impossible to build small castles. As I said, I needed for a castle at least 64 by 64, and since, well, there was a challenge, so I was like, maybe I should go with the chapel, since the shape is simpler than a castle, so that's why I chose a chapel. Hope this build can be useful for your gameplay. Thanks for watching the video. Dag dolls.